everybody, it's Jen with Crafty Phases, and I recently had a request on how do I line my mold, so I thought I would show you. These are the 7.5 long by 3.5 wide and 3-inch high molds that my dad made for me, which I absolutely love. And I have to admit, lining them was a little bit of a challenge. And then I watched a video on how a lady had taken she had taken a cutout and she'd put it over her mold and she pushed it in just hard enough that when she pulled it back out, it had a perfect outline. And I thought, that's wonderful, until I tried it. And then I found that I still couldn't follow the lines very well. So I just went with it and found a different way to go. So I have several molds. I have a 3.5 by 3.5, a 7.5 by 3.5, which is the one I use the most, and then one that's slightly larger at 8, and one that's slightly larger, okay, a lot larger, at 15. And I started out using cardboard and then thought, what about those plastic chopping mats that you can get at the dollar store? They're $2 for a dollar store, and they worked for all but my biggest mold. And they're really bendy and durable, and you can spill things on them, and they won't get hurt. Okay, so this is how I line my molds. I try and center it up as close to the center as possible. And I push my paper over until it's there, and I fold. And I can just slide it out a little bit to make sure I get the crease. And I open it up and turn it around. And then I do the same to the other side. And fold. Okay, so now I have my center all lined up and ready to go. Then I try and center it this way. And I will repeat the process for both ends. Turn it around. And this end already folded, it stops the plastic from moving. Make sure it's straight. Okay, so now I'm completely done with my insert. So then you fold it over, put your finger on this crease here, and you want to line up your paper to the other line here. Push it down. And then I will unfold this and repeat on this side. Finger to the corner. Grab that corner. Line it up. I mean, it's not exact, it's okay. As close as possible is great though. And then you straighten it. Okay, and then I'll lie it flat. This mold doesn't, I can't tape it yet because it makes this one hard to fold. So, finger on the corner. And this line here will hopefully match up right there and flatten. Okay, one last time. Finger on your crease. And even if they're not perfect, they're far better than the jobs I was doing before. So, now that this is straight, this is the end piece of the mold. That is where it's going to go here. So, I will fold it up. And these need to be taped together, but this flap is too far over. It has to be on the inside of this line. Okay. So now it's on the inside of this line. And when I fold this one over, the same thing is going to happen. It goes past this line, and it needs to be on the inside. So I just use painter's tape because It's what we had out at the time, and it seems to work really well. So I just put one piece right down the crease. I don't worry about this here. I can cut that after I put it in the mold. And I just lift it up a little bit and fold this flap in. Now all these are the lines that we pre-folded, but you can see here when I follow my lines, it's too far. So I will just, sorry if that one's hard to see, okay? And then I want to go to the creases that I had formed before. And this one again is crossing over. It's a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle. Definitely took me some frustrations and trials and errors. There. So one piece of tape right on there, and then you pull it up. And here is your mold liner. Okay, and so I just pop my corners in. I do more of my straightening out once it's in there. Okay, see? It's relatively flat. Get the corners into place. Okay, so here it is, and it's still a little bumpy, but not bad. So then I will trim down the sides on the crease. And I will do that for all 4 corners. Now these ones that were a little high, I'm just going to trim. I don't need them quite that high. Okay. So I like to start at one side at a time to straighten, and that looks pretty good. Smooth it out across the top, and then I do 2 pieces of tape. And when I'm doing this, I'm trying to make sure it's as smooth as possible on the inside. I do have a bump here. I just have to be more careful next time when I fold. And then I'll tape it down here. Make sure that's smooth and flatten it out. Okay, so one side left to go, and that's it after 3 sides. My husband's being a doll and videotaping this for me. Okay, and then one last final side. And if you see, so it's pretty good. It's got a bit of bumps here. I find it's not too noticeable once you cut your little end piece off, but I find that the quickest and easiest way for me to line my mold. And when I made my inserts, the inside of this is 7.5 by 3.5 wide. So when I made my insert, of course, if you make it exactly the same, it won't go in. So I think mine is 7.4 by 3.4, and this is the mold that it fits in. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and good luck lining your molds.